Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 11th. You have this Badger spirit says, be fearless, be bold. You have this Vulture spirit says, nothing is wasted. So it is a great time to be bold. I mean, I think everybody should be doing this right now. And we should all be like really going for like some sort of impossible dream or something that seems impossible right now. And, the reason is because we're getting kind of like one more chance. And this is going to be especially true for you. We have one more chance with Neptune and Pisces, right? Neptune is going to be retrograding into Pisces soon enough. And, again, it's like we're getting like one more chance here to accomplish the impossible dream, right? I've been saying for years now that if there was ever a time where we could do something that seems impossible, it would be right now. And, because of Neptune and Pisces, I believe. And so, again, I would like, but again, the secret is you have to be fearless. You have to be bold. You have to take risks. You have to do things and you have to go places and learn things that you've never done before. So, you have to get out of whatever you're doing right now, right? And if you do that, you will be very successful. You have, in your current general energies, you have the Ace of Swords, Six of Cups, and the Seven of Cups. Ace of Swords is also a good thing to practice because, one thing the Ace of Swords can represent is laser-like focus. So it just says if you are focused like a laser on what you want, then you're going to be more likely to accomplish it. And again, definitely not going to necessarily be easy, but I would put the work in. Ace of Swords can also represent kind of like cutting out the crap, right? The Ace of Swords, it cuts both ways. So there's usually a sacrifice we have to make with the Ace of Swords, but to have something better. But it's like not a bad thing, right? It's like maybe we're trying to lose weight and we have to sacrifice pizza, right? So again, there might be some sort of something that you're letting go of here. Just looking at the reading overall here, Virgo, I would say that it's like something involved with your mind. You end with the Moon card, and the Moon card's really standing out to me. And so, this could say that there are certain beliefs or certain belief systems that you have that maybe no longer serve you. But, this could be things like thinking that you're not good enough or, some like type of money block or something in your brain, right? And so I think it would be a great time for you to look at blockages. I'm pretty sure I said this to you recently as well. So if I did, then this is definitely true. I think it's popping into my head with these two cards, this and the Moon at the end. It's like saying there's something about a blockage that needs to be removed. And like I said, with the Ace of Swords, I look at all tarot cards as basically an action we have to take. And, the action that I'm getting for you here is like having to cut something out. Although it is a very good card that can represent a victory. You have the Six of Cups. You actually have two sixes right here. Six of Cups, Six of Swords. I love two sixes. Two sixes kind of says you're on the right path. You're going in the right direction. You're doing what you need to be doing at this time. So it's kind of like confirmation for your path when two sixes come up. The Six of Cups can be a gift from the universe, and sometimes the gift we receive from the Six of Cups is like a turnaround, meaning we've been bumping up against an obstacle, and now we can be moving past the obstacle. You have the Ace of Swords as well, which can also represent overcoming an obstacle. So I think a lot of you could be overcoming some sort of obstacle or challenge at this time. On the Ace of Swords, the sword is above the mountains as well. So the sword being above the mountains can represent overcoming an obstacle. It's almost like you're getting some sort of gift. Sometimes I think the Six of Cups kind of is a gift from the universe, like not literally, but, it's like the universe is giving you a little bit of a break here and helping you overcome something, which is good. On top of all that, Virgo, this is a chatty reading, I would say. It's like it's talking to me for sure. So, there's going to be a lot going on here, but you have the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. So this could be new love for those of you that want love. And I'm pretty sure you've been getting a earth sign with me for a while. And so it could be an earth sign that's coming in for you. Of course, there's a Scorpio. You probably have a Scorpio lingerer that's just hanging around you here, Virgo. Clearly, every single freaking reading I do for you, death card. You cannot make it up. You have the Seven of Cups here. The Seven of Cups is about being spoiled for choice. It's kind of like popping into my head that you need to realize just how many options you have. It's like, especially like any change or anything that you're trying to accomplish, right? With that Ace of Swords. I feel like this card is trying to tell you, like, hey, there are like a lot of ways that you can accomplish this impossible dream, or there's like a lot of ways that you can accomplish something that you've been hoping for. And, I really don't think the card itself is saying anything to me. It's more just saying if you could just open up to the abundance mindset of, hey, there's a lot of ways that I can accomplish my goal or whatever, then you will. And I feel like that's what it's saying. It's just saying you just have to be open to all the ways of doing things, right? And that's what I would do here. So let's see what's going on for you here, Virgo. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Three of Cups. Yeah, Three of Cups is a celebration. It can also represent a reunion as well. So I feel that for some of you, this could be you attracting new people. Again, this is another common theme for Virgo, but I do think it's probably one of the biggest themes that Virgo has been dealing with since, like, I don't know, like 2021, somewhere around there, is people in your life. I think that if you go back to like 21 and before, if you're really being honest with yourself, and I'm not calling you out either here, Virgo, but I bet a lot of the people in your life, they either reminded you of your parents, number one, right? Or it's like maybe in some way they kind of, filled in something that you thought you were missing in life. And I'm not saying this is a good or a bad thing. I think this is just a process that the universe has been trying to teach Virgo that they have to like love themselves more, right? And so it's like I think you're attracting like a higher caliber of person into your life in the like now. It's like I think you're really attracting people into your life that are going to be very helpful, that truly want the best for you and things like that. Now that doesn't mean you're not going to get the opposite as well, right? What it means is you have to pay attention. If you notice that someone is low caliber, not a good person, then you need to avoid them and move towards more positive people. And this is not just in love. This is, everything. As a matter of fact, I think this part of the reading is talking about work. I feel there are a lot of benefits for you, Virgo, that you could be getting in working with higher caliber people, those people that really challenge you in a good way. With the Six of Cups, you have the Justice card. This, to me, is confirmation that this is a gift from the universe. Sometimes I feel justice is like justice or positive karma from the universe. Again, I've said it to you a million times. North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo. That's going to be very karmic for you. Not like karmic as in a karmic, but just there could be a lot of karma hitting at this time. And obviously, this could be positive karma. It could be like a positive karmic reward or a positive karmic gift coming in. Yes, with the Seven of Cups, you have the Queen of Wands. The Badger Spirit card, I always think of the Queen of Wands. Like, I'm not sure if in that deck, if like the creator, Colette Baron Reed, I'm not sure if she attaches, tarot to the animals or not. But I always think of the Queen of Wands with that. Number one, look, there is a sunflower right here on the top of the Badger. The Queen of Wands, she has this sunflower right here in her hand, right? Points towards the sun. She needs to be bold and assertive. And sorry, my chair is driving me nuts today. I don't know, like it's slowly just turning me as I'm doing my readings. But anyway, what I would say here is that, again, I think you need to be bold and assertive and like really go for what you want. That's what's going to lead to the most success. And it's going to be something about a dream. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Call of the Muse card and this Healing the Heart card. Yeah, we kind of talked about healing, like doing more things for yourself. Realizing that only you can give yourself certain things in life, like love. Like, really, a person, can't really love us or, give us the love that we need. We have to do that ourselves. It's like, yeah, a person loves us. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, it's like really, putting that much pressure on a person. We all have wounds. We all have traumas, right? I think in modern day relationships, we put way too much pressure on the other person to provide something for us that we think we're missing, right? And which is fine, like as long as we admit it and we realize it and we fix it, and then we don't put that pressure on them, right? And so, again, I think that I kind of feel like that's what you're doing here, Virgo. It's like, it feels very general, that Healing the Heart card to me. It's like you are just in general healing your heart. I think you're in general maybe loving yourself more or realizing that you have to love yourself the most. That's it, right? The Call of Muse card, I feel, and I just want to see here, it's like the moon is part of the Fool's journey. The moon is really standing out to me in your reading for whatever reason. And the moon can be a dream. It can be something that we need to bring down to earth as well. And I kind of feel that for you, number one, that you could be bringing something down to earth, or you need to bring something down to earth. The Call of Muse card is like looking for an inspiration or hoping to find something that will inspire you. And I do feel like you could be kind of like finding an inspiration here or finding something that inspires you just in general. You have the Six of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Chariot. The Six of Swords can represent moving on to calmer shores. So I feel a lot of you could be moving on to calmer shores here. And obviously that would be a good thing. I do feel just like general improvements because, like I said, we have this Ace of Swords, Six of Cups. It's like you're overcoming something difficult this week. And, or maybe you already have overcome something, some sort of challenge in your life. And now you're able to like make progress. You have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is, can represent lying, cheating, stealing, but as I always say, really, it's a good card. Golden cards in the tarot are meant to be positive no matter what. So the Seven of Swords is it's about tactics and sneaking away. He is sneaking away from that army in the background with those swords, and so he's going to war, but in a different way. Basically says that anything that you're working on or doing in life, you need to look at all the different ways there are of doing that thing, whatever you're doing, and you need to find the best way to do whatever it is that you're doing. So, and it also says there are probably other better ways to do what you're doing. We also go up here to the Page of Pentacles, and so, this could represent you kind of learning something new. The Page of Pentacles is a card of studiousness, and so it is a good time to learn new ways of doing things, learn new skills, learn new ideas, all that other good stuff. You have the Chariot. Again, I really feel there's some sort of victory coming in for you this week here, Virgo. You have the Ace of Swords, you have this, Justice, Six of Cups, like a lot of victory, winning type energy here. Now, the Chariot card, he is setting himself apart, which is going to be very important for you for years, not even just right now, Virgo. I feel a lot of you are learning to set yourself apart, like learning to be different, learning that you don't have to be like anyone else, things like that. Again, he's leaving the city behind so that he can set himself apart. And, that's what I feel like you're doing here with this card. And it's going to lead to some like big victories for you, I feel. With the Six of Swords, you have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is like walking away from things that no longer serve you. And so, I don't know, a bunch of people I've done about half the reading so far, and a bunch of people have had the Eight of Cups this week. We're coming up on these eclipses that will be happening, in September in Pisces and Virgo, which is kind of interesting. And I don't know, maybe it's just a time where we're being asked to walk away from things that no longer serve us. And, that's it. So the reason I said eclipses is that this is the only card in the tarot that has an eclipse on it right here, with the Eight of Cups. This is an eclipse. Some people say that the moon is an eclipse. The moon is a full moon, actually, and not an eclipse, but also, even if it was, you have the moon here. With the Seven of Swords, you have the King of Swords. One thing I am getting here is justice, like literal justice. The King of Swords can be law and order, and obviously the Justice card can be law and order. I kind of feel that some of you, maybe over the years, have dealt with a situation with a person who lied about you, maybe here, Virgo, and you could be getting justice in that situation in some way. The other thing I'm getting here is it might not be like direct. It's like sometimes I think the universe, like if we go through something, maybe someone lies about us or whatever, and it's like maybe we get a reward in the future, but it's like not directly from that situation. So, again, if you went through like some sort of situation where a person like lied, cheated, or stole, or, talked behind your back or did something bad against you, this could, like, maybe the reward is you're attracting like a really good person into your life, right? So again, the rewards sometimes I think they're not always like directly related to a situation, but that's kind of what I'm getting here. With the Chariot, you have the Nine of Cups. Definitely victory, something you've been wishing for coming in for you. So yeah, I just feel like there's some sort of victory or win. The other thing is like I feel like you are in alignment. The Chariot, he has these stars up here, these moons down here, represents being in alignment. It's like as above, so below. Nine of Cups, to get our wish with the Nine of Cups, we have to be in perfect alignment with what we want to get it. And so I would make sure that you are in alignment with what you want with that card. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Phoenix rising. It says, you've been through the fire and rising up anew and embracing life in a deeper way. Kind of summarizes everything we said. You've been through something difficult, and now you're getting a reward. You have this Divine Infinity card. It says, challenge yourself to go beyond your limitations and you will find your infinity. Did I say this? I'm pretty sure. that this fits in very well with everything I just said. That you are going to have to do some like harder things in life to accomplish your dream or whatever you're trying to accomplish, right? Be fearless, be bold. You're going to have to push past your infinity, but that's really what I encourage people to do right now, is to be brave. It's like we all have to be brave. It's like no, we can't be lazy. And yes, we have to do things that might scare us at this time, but we're not talking about like legitimately scary, like things that we should be afraid of. We're talking about things, the type of fear that causes us to grow, right? Those are the scary things that we should be doing right now, is the things that we're afraid of, because really what we're afraid of is more. And, that's what I would be doing, plain and simple, is pushing myself with this card. And I am. So there you go. You have the Page of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and the Two of Cups. Definitely could be a new person, by the way, if you're looking for love. If you already have a person, like, I feel really good for those of you that have a person. I've been saying this to you for months, so I don't know. Some of you, things could be improving in a connection that you're already in. If you want a new connection, definitely could be new love. I also feel like you're learning a lot, and I do feel like learning is the easiest way to overcome fear, right? Usually we fear things that we just don't know, right? And so one of the quickest ways to overcome fear is to learn about whatever you're afraid of. And, it could be anything. It could be like public speaking, or, maybe you want to start a YouTube channel and you're afraid of being on camera. It's like just learning about it might be enough to kind of like help you overcome that fear. Same thing with love. It's like maybe you're afraid about love, or you're afraid of love, but sometimes maybe we need to learn about love to kind of like overcome that fear. Maybe we need to learn what to look out for so that we don't get hurt, right? And, the list goes on and on there. You have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is like the Wounded Warrior, and I definitely feel that you've been through it in the past. And, the Nine of Wands is about putting up appropriate boundaries. So I do feel a lot of you, it's like if there are things that you want in life or things that you want to have, I do feel like the card itself is saying, like, don't give up on, having the things that you want, but also, make sure that you are having appropriate boundaries with the things that you want, because that's what will lead to success with that card. You have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups can be like a perfect match coming in for you, obviously, so if you're looking for love, this looks really good. Two of Cups can also be you and your higher self. And so if you are hoping for, anything, this could be like your higher self is trying to communicate with you. And we have the Page of Pentacles here. Page of Pentacles can also represent communication. And so I kind of feel like some of you could be receiving communication from a person, or you could be receiving communication from your higher self, and it's like you're being guided by your higher self. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Devil. Again, this kind of changes things here. I would be careful of any past toxic people. Seven of Swords to the Devil. So, this could be like a past person, something like that, trying to communicate. I'm not too worried about it, though, because, I don't know, it looks like you're putting up boundaries with that person. In the August readings that I did, and also July, but, we're in August now, obviously. In the August readings, like, everybody had the Devil. And so, it seems to be one of those months where we should just be careful if there are any past toxic people, coming in. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Five of Wands, and that doesn't even have to just be love. That could be work. That could be business. That could be, someone who did you dirty in work or business or something like that, right? With the Nine of Wands, you have the Five of Wands. So again, this could be the competition as well. And I would be careful of giving away too much information, especially in like work or business. There could be a person that's like trying to communicate with you, or, trying to ask you questions, or, something like that here. It's like, it's like, especially for those of you in business, like if you have anyone that's like, oh, hey, I want to pick your brain, I would be like, great, $2,000 an hour. You can pick my brain, right? I would just be careful of like giving away too much information. It's definitely popping into my head. And if someone pays you $2,000 for an hour, then great, they can steal your ideas for $2,000 an hour, right? But, if they don't, then don't. I also feel, again, it is an amazing time to study the competition. I think everybody should do this right now. So if you do have a business, like looking at what the competition is doing and what they're not doing could be very helpful. With the Two of Cups, you have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work. So I feel that, for a lot of you, this could be you working on a team with other people, and which, of course, would be a good idea. It's also a great card of getting recognition for your work that you do here, Virgo, and I do feel a lot of you could be getting recognition for the work that you've been doing. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Invoke Lucidity card. It says, question, test reality, learn to fly. Some of you literally could be learning to fly. There you go. You have this Receiving card. It says, gratitude, acceptance, and recognition. We said that on the Three of Pentacles. So, for those of you that have been putting in the work, clearly you could be standing out in work and business and career, wherever you're trying to stand out. It's funny that says learn to fly, because again, I really feel the reading is saying you need to do something that seems impossible, and because it's not really impossible, it just might seem impossible. And that's what I would be doing with those cards. You have the Death card, the Moon, and the Hangman. Again, coming up in the good stuff. So, this could be a Scorpio that's been lingering in your readings. So, I don't know what this person's deal is, but whatever. This would, in the good stuff, represent a positive change. I think the Death card is a positive card in general. It can kind of represent the light at the end of the tunnel. Actually, this right here, this white rose on this banner, that's what it represents. It kind of represents the light at the end of the tunnel, or, getting to the end of, a difficult transformation and kind of coming out the other side. So I do feel a lot of you are kind of like, finishing a transformation. You have the Moon. The Moon can represent fears, fantasies, illusions, not seeing things clearly. So a lot of you could be needing to see things more clearly, or maybe you're needing to get clarity on a situation with the Moon card. And that's kind of what I feel is going on here with the Moon, is that you could be getting clarity on something. And I'm getting something else here on this card as well. But something about facing fears, I think, is what this is saying. The Moon can represent fears, and it's coming up in the good stuff, but, it kind of makes sense. Obviously, this card wants you to do something that will lead to something positive, which would be facing a fear. So it's not a bad thing. I think you need to look at your fears, and this might not be something that you really think that you're afraid of, but maybe you are. And, again, not a criticism or anything. We all have these things that we need to work on. And so I would just be looking at the things that, it's like, why don't you have something? Maybe that's the question that's popping into my head here, Virgo. And sorry, I know I'm taking a minute to spit this out, but it's like I'm trying to clarify the message that's popping into my head here. It's like, why don't I have something? That's like the question I think you need to ask. And it's going to be different for all of you. Like, why don't you have love if you want love? Why don't you have money if you want money? Asking that question might bring the clarity, as it might bring up the fear or the worry or the blockage that you need to work on, and I would. You have the Hangman. We are in a time of new perspectives because of Uranus and Gemini. So Uranus and Gemini is going to bring enlightenment to all of us on new perspectives, or different perspectives in pretty much all areas of life. There's really nothing to say here, other than if you stay open to those new perspectives, good things will happen. With the Death card, you have the Seven of Wands. Again, pretty good. This right here is saying to you, that I feel like you are committed to a change now. And I also feel that this could be saying that, it's almost like you are no longer resisting some sort of change. And I feel like this is going to lead to a good result. With the Moon, you have the Ten of Cups. Yes, Ten of Cups, dream. It's a very good card, but those cups exist above their heads, right? Sometimes the Ten of Cups, to me, it's a good card, but again, sometimes it can represent getting high on your own supply. Sometimes I think if we fantasize too much, that we never actually accomplish what we're fantasizing about, because we're fantasizing. When you mentally, I think when you spend too much time in the fantasy, it makes your brain think that it's a reality, and then you just never do it, right? So it's coming up in the good stuff, which is good. I wouldn't worry too much about it, but I do think Moon, fantasy, Ten of Cups can be a fantasy as well. It's like there's some sort of fantasy or dream that this reading really wants you to ground in reality. It really wants you to face the fears and, take the steps necessary to make it happen. And with the Hangman, you have the Two of Cups. Yeah, again, kind of a love reading. I mean, you have Two of Cups twice. You have some other love stuff here. So if you want love, there definitely could be a new connection that's coming in for you, Virgo, and I think it'll probably make you happy. So there you go. You have this Clouds card. It says temporary problems. I wouldn't worry about any problems, really, that are happening. Ace of Swords is you overcoming challenges, so there you go. You have this Bow card. It says you are highly thought of. Yes, you definitely could be getting a lot of attention or really standing out at this time. Three of Pentacles said that to me, to you. So I would, I think the other thing is I always tell people it's like tarot isn't saying like these things are happening. It's saying you need to take advantage of this energy. So make sure to put more work out this week. Make sure to brag about your work. Talk about your work with that Three of Pentacles. Put your work on display. Take advantage of this energy. If you do nothing, nothing is going to happen. You have this Older Woman card. It says dealings or relationships with an older woman. You have this Wind Chimes card. It says peace and harmony. I think we're in a really good time for like mentors, teachers, things like that. And this doesn't even just have to be a woman. It could be anybody. But if there are people who like make you feel at peace, like those are the people I would be learning from with that Page of Pentacles. You have this October card and this. I always clarify these monthly cards. You have this Carrot card. It says opportunity or windfall. So between now and October, I think you could be attracting an opportunity. Now, again, it kind of makes sense. We have these eclipses coming up, and then in October, we're kind of like past it. I don't know. It's like I've heard some astrologers be a little bit worried about these eclipses. I'm not so worried about it. Like maybe globally, like in the world, like yes, I think that there could be some weird stuff coming in, but we're in a very weird time. Neptune is the age of deception. I've literally been warning people about this since 2016. I've been talking about this. You can go back to my lives on my channel, hit the lives, go to the oldest lives. I used to talk about Neptune and Pisces all the time. It's like we're going to see a lot of things being exposed. We're going to see like a lot of weird stuff, right? Just in general. And I don't know. It's like the time that we're in. I'm not too worried about it. I think on a personal level that these eclipses could be good for us personally. So I would take advantage of it. You have this gavel. It says involvement with the law. Justice, King of Swords, Seven of Swords, Devil. Definitely something legal, law. It looks like justice to me. So, I think this is probably a good thing. But looks pretty good here, Virgo. So thank you for being here. And definitely enjoy your week.